Hello everyone, my name is Hyper1, and welcome back to another video where I cast your StarCraft 2 replays. This replay was sent in to me by a user on my Discord server. It is a silver level game on Glittering Ashes Ladder Edition. If you want me to cast your replay, please read the video description. Without further ado, let's introduce our players today. On the top right hand corner we have Rick, the red Protoss player. And in the bottom left hand corner we have the blue Terran player, wolfmax. From the Hyper1 clan. Please join. I'm practically begging everyone at this point. Never mind that. Anyway, it'll be a Rax first, or a depot into Rax into gas for wolfmax. Oh, no gas. Said we're gonna make full walla. What are you doing? You're gonna be gateway assimilator here. Where's your gas? I mean, I guess we're not gonna get any gases today. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna double gas a bit later. And Rick is going to expand. Solid expansion timing. Especially for silver. It was almost done. Only one probe on the gas. Probably put a few more on that. And he's not even mining gas yet. It's the one that built the Nexus. He put that on gas. Cyber core should be on the way soon. Looks like Rick's going to go for the... Okay, Rick starts... I don't even know if this is a wall off. It just happens to... like, that doesn't wall here, and this doesn't wall here, so this isn't a wall off at all, actually. The Reapers can just come in here. But anyway, Natural Nexus almost halfway done for Rick. And full wall off for wolfmax, who definitely has enough money to expand now. Definitely has enough money for orbital. But instead, where'd all the money go? Oh, yeah, okay. There you go. It's gonna be Reaper first, or Wolf. Factory goes down. Warp Gate research started. First unit off is gonna be a Stalker for Rick. Natural Nexus finishes up, and wolfmax currently enjoying a slight economy lead, but not really. He's got 2 more SCVs, but they're both working. They're both not mining right now. As you know, Terran workers have to like stand next to the building they're constructing the entire time it's going up. Protoss just needs to warp it in. So, as some people like to say, it's imbalanced, but hey, I don't. That was a joke from me, so don't take it too seriously. Rick about to get a bit more workers, a few more workers than his opponent. Starting now, only the 1 Reaper for wolfmax, which is coming in and gets 1 kill. This Stalker is definitely not stuck. You could definitely go after that Reaper. How do you get the Reaper out of there, Wolf? Can't fight. Get out of there. Okay. Scouts this. You scouted the Stargate. But did you scout the Star? Do you see the Stargate? No add-on. It's gonna be a tech lab on the barracks. It's gonna be another tech lab. Really see a reactor for some Hellions or Widow Mines at this point. Rick actually not as far ahead in worker count as I thought. Of course, like worker production not particularly consistent from either side. It's gonna be a Cyclone, a bunch of Cyclones for wolfmax, but you don't need to queue that many on a single factory. You can build some on the other one. Come on, cancel it and build another one. Also make this an orbital. Shield battery for Rick on the low ground as you do. Forge on the way. If my predictions are at all accurate, okay, this Stalker's actually stuck now. This Stalker didn't have to be stuck, but you made him stuck. Forge, almost done. And if this is any indication of what's about to happen, Rick is going to build 5 cannons in every mineral line and just spend all his money on cannons instead of fighting units. Okay, 3 Cyclones are out, and Cyclones, when there are only a few units out on the map, Stalkers are an incredibly powerful unit. Cyclones are an incredibly powerful unit. You just My god, their lock-on ability and their speed just makes them so good at taking down like big single targets. Sensor tower is going to go up there. First Void Ray going across the map. No sign of another Void Ray yet. Nothing really at home. There's a siege tank, but you need more cyclones if you want to deal with this. Okay, look. Oh, here we go. Cannons going down everywhere. This is a gateway, Twilight Council Stargate. So we're gonna get Blink or Charge. I doubt we're gonna see Resonating Glaives. Not a lot of people like to get Glaives at this level, I find. Especially Glaives is more of like a thing that you get for a timing. Whereas Charge and Blink are definitely like useful throughout a game, whereas Resonating Glaives and Adepts in general are more of like a timing unit. You can certainly try to use them. Not really, because Zealots with Chargers like preferable to Resonating Glaive Adepts most of the time in macro games. Okay, wolfmax might have either disabled autocast on lock-on or is just not like microing these units properly. Okay, yeah. Problem with this is micro on Cyclones is very tight. So like they're also very squishy. Only 120 hit points each with one point of armor, so they tend to die very quickly. And oh no, Wolfmax about to lose a Cyclone here? No. But Wolfmax also, I don't know that he noticed. Where is your attention right now? You see 2 red dots. Sensor tower. You built 2 sensor towers already. You know where you know that your opponent has flying units. And you know it's over there, but you're keeping your Cyclones over here for some reason, despite the fact that they're not actually defending anything in this state. Okay, Void Rays are going to come in. Void Ray runs into the turret, and one of them is almost going to die. But they are going to come in. This depot needs to be low. Oh my god. I'm going to turn on Prismatic. Rick turns on Prismatic Alignment because, of course, these guys don't actually know that Prismatic Alignment Void Rays do not deal extra damage to light targets. They only deal extra damage to armored targets. Stalkers over here. 2 cannons over here and 2 more cannons over here. So, 4 cannons so far. Cannons per minute is off the roof right now. We just need to make a bit more and we can say that the cannons per minute is more than 1. Which would be saying a lot. And look at this queue. Like a bajillion Void Rays are queued up. Make another... If you are queuing up units like this, you can just make another Stargate. Like, if you have so much money that you're queuing up this many Void Rays, you could totally just throw down another Stargate. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 more cannons. So this is officially, like, okay, if this cannon goes down at 8 minutes, the cannons per minute is officially 1. Okay, this is basically like 4 cannons right now and 4 more cannons in production. This is basically 1 cannon per minute. So Rick, congratulations. You are now at 1 CPM. Good job. Meanwhile, Blink has been finished and Stim is also done for Wolfmax, who has taken the 3rd base. No sign of a 3rd base for Rick. I'm just kidding. 3rd base just went down right now. And 1 Void Ray going to come over here into a world of 3 Stalkers. If you're going to make Cyclones, you can get Magfield. So, Wolfmax should really get Magfield, because it really hits super hard against armor targets once you get Magfield. Like, these Void Rays will just die. The 3 Void Rays versus 3 Stalkers. I don't know that Wolfmax is going to micro these. But that doesn't matter because Rick lost 2 Void Rays for a Cyclone. Wolfmax, neither side keeping up the worker production, but Wolfmax a little bit ahead in worker count, as well as decisively ahead on base count right now. This Nexus is not going to be done for a little while longer. Magfield finally starts, as well as ground weapons and ground vehicle weapons and vehicle armor, +1 infantry attack with 3 armories, and you're not using all of them. I guess you don't need starport upgrades right now. SCV production 2, 3, 3. Okay, good. We're producing workers. What you like to see. What would be really nice right now is when you have this many minerals, you actually saturate your gases, and you take more bases. It could be an orbital right now. Oh, we're supply blocked. Oh, would you look at that? And I queued up a bit more supply. Okay, I don't know that it'd move out with this many Sea Shanks. The Cyclones are fast, so they can sort of go out on their own, even though Blank Stalkers are sort of pretty good. Low-key pretty good against Cyclones because they can break lock-on by blinking, and they can blink forward to catch the Cyclones running away. Okay. This is a lot of static defense. My goodness. So we're way above one cannon per minute now. Yes, 2 Cyclones versus 5 Void Rays. What the heck? Is that that's a flying artifact. Whoa. Wait, what? I'm so confused. This thing, what's the thing on the other side of the map? There should be something flying over here, but there isn't. Okay, so a Cyclone gonna lock on, these Sea Shanks are gonna not get a whole lot done. Yikes. Okay, why is this thing flying? Alright, this is actually... What is this? So many questions. Really doesn't appear to be here on this side of the map. Interesting. Anyway, that attack failed miserably. We lost a lot of siege tanks for it. And now these 5 Voiders are gonna go across the map. I'm sorry, my camera skills are freaking terrible today. These Voiders are gonna go across the map and snipe this constructing base. Or not, they're just gonna sit there. Oh my goodness gracious. Viking Cloud shows up. 5 Vikings versus 5 Void Rays. Should be a win for the Vikings if the Vikings know how to kite. Actually, no, I don't even think it's a win for the Vikings if they do kite. Lock-on gets broken. The second the prismatic alignment turns around, if Rick turns around, these Cyclone and Void Ray are in a bit of trouble. Tempests! Oh my god, I'm completely not paying attention. But Carrier Tempest on the way for Rick, who is pumping out a lot of them at this point. Upgrades looking like +1 ground weapons and armor, as well as anion pulse crystals, which is Phoenix range, and Flux Veins. Except we still do have Void Rays. +1 air weapons is almost done. +2 ground vehicle weapons and vehicle armor, as well as +2 infantry weapons is almost done for wolfmax, but he still doesn't have combat shields. Because Marines are not great without combat shields, they really need it to scale well into the late game. This base is still not an orbital, and that base is still constructing. I don't know if the SCV got sniped earlier, but by how much it got delayed, I'm guessing it did. My memories today, not particularly great. So 4 Void Rays, 2 Carriers, and 2 Tempests are going to come in here, and there's not going to be a whole lot of resistance going on because most of this army is siege tanks, and there's only 4 Cyclones and 3 Vikings, which is definitely not enough to deal with this. See if wolfmax notices. Like, you see the red dots, so you see the red dots on the radar, so you should go check it out. Maybe scan it ahead of time. Yeah, you're gonna run after this. Okay, those are gonna... Oh my god! And poor army control from Rick is gonna lose the Void Rays and is not gonna get any counterattacks done with the rest of the units. Oh, I guess you don't necessarily want to reveal that you have them. What's it? Tempest anti-building upgrade. What's it? Tectonic something. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember. +2 ground weapons is almost done, which is pointless because you have no ground units except these stalkers, which have been doing nothing all game but sitting there. And +1 air armor halfway done. +3 for ground vehicles is almost done. +2 infantry armor on the way. +3 is on the way, and this +2 infantry armor is almost done. Wolfmax expanding quite a bit. We're going to see more sensor towers. Because when you start covering a territory this big, you could definitely use more sensor towers. Even if 3, like 1 in your main base is definitely overkill. Because eventually there comes a point where this sensor tower is just pointless and you really shouldn't need it that early anyway, but hey. Units, 6 Carriers, 4 Tempests, 13 Stalkers, 3 Void Rays, versus 29 Marines, 9 Siege Tanks, 5 Cyclones, and 3 Vikings. Okay, so okay, 2 Thors just popped up. I definitely like Rick's army a bit more right now, But I don't know that Rick remembers that he has stalkers, which is the problem. Okay, tectonic destabilizers. I remember the name. That upgrade is done, and +3 infantry weapons just started up. I don't know that wolfmax has actually been microwaving these marines. Another base on the way for wolfmax, and wow, I'm tired. I'm yawning. More units. +3 ground weapons, +2 air weapons, another void ray halfway done, and a mothership just started. Is Rick not really expanding? Just spending all the money on Skytoss. It's fair. His flying things are cool, but hey, you wanna really pump out the Skytoss units, a 5th base would be fantastic. Voiders are gonna show up. Wolfmax definitely sees this. Gotta split up the army and... oh no. They're gonna meet up here eventually. It's not a huge deal. But in the meantime, Skytoss fleet shows up. Siege tanks are definitely not gonna be helpful. The Marines could definitely run over here faster. Cyclones, great against air units when there are not that many of them because they can be microed. But okay, these Marines are gonna help take down the interceptors and these void rays. Do not do well against... okay, that's a lot of... those Widow Mines are going to deal a lot of friendly fire. Yikes, there's not enough Marines to deal with this. Coda got a lot of kills, but only one of them was an enemy interceptor. The Skytoss fleet, obviously just more mobile than the Thors. Despite not particularly mobile, but definitely more mobile than the Thors. Carriers have the same movement speed as Thors, and Tempests are slightly faster than Thors. 3.15 move speed, I believe, which is the same as an unstimmed Marine. But they can fly and Thors can't. But they can ignore the terrain, which makes them really mobile. That base will go down. One Thor, great anti-capital ship unit, but not on its own like that. You cannot just have one Thor kill 6 Tempests and 3 carriers. So yeah, Wolfmax with a gigantic bank. Not really spending it too well though. You gotta pump out Thors. Cyclones are not the answer in this situation, and honestly, I don't think Vikings are the answer. The Vikings can help. But Vikings are great against Tempest, not as great against carriers. They just sort of trade evenly. The longer the fight goes on against carriers, the worse, the more disadvantaged that Vikings become. Fortunately for Wolfmax, Rick has lost interest in the carriers and is just making Tempest now. Vikings, of course, fantastic against Tempest and decent against Void Rays. Upgrades. Mothership still... did the Mothership die? I'm sorry, did you cancel the Mothership for money? These probes need to go find a new base to mine on, except there... oh, there is one. Yeah, you can totally just move these probes over here. And there's no room elsewhere. Yeah, Rick really mining out. Stops. Okay, expands here. What is the cans per minute looking like? Okay, we are still at over 1 CPM for Rick. So take that as you will. Skytoss fleet, which is mostly just the Tempest fleet, is gonna come over here, and we have... okay, all of the mules are over here. Oh my goodness. Mineral income popping off for Wolfmax, but this base is going to get taken out with 2 Tempest volleys. They do so much damage when they have that. When they have tectonic destabilizers, their anti-building damage is absolutely insane. Vikings not being microed, carrier interceptors messing up their targeting AI, and all in all, these Vikings are just going to die for nothing. Gotta target fire the carriers, dude. Okay, also don't rally individual units onto their death. A lot of starports and not great distribution on the Marine. Okay. You're making lots of Vikings, but are you making... okay. We are making lots of Vikings and we are making lots of Thors. Reactors on these starports would have been great, but there's no time for that. You gotta just make units. Do not... okay, no. You gotta wait for a couple rounds of production. Rick poking, prodding around, seeing what kind of damage you can get done, of course. Rick having the superior range army right now can just sort of poke around as much as he wants. Targeting AI, okay. No longer will the targeting AI be screwed up because the interceptors are mostly all dead by now. And now the Viking and Thors can focus on just killing actual capital ships. SCVs will be pulled in a desperate attempt to hold on. But when all the Tempests are firing on the same Thor like this, I don't know that they can. I don't know that they can hold this. Okay, you're gonna back off. Interesting time to back off. I think you could totally press your advantage there. Okay, we're just gonna snipe supply depots. Oh my god. This is okay. This is actually gonna start supply blocking the wolfmax, which is a big deal because wolfmax, if he loses these units, he can't make any more for a while. Okay, why are you backing off? There's literally nothing to defend you against this. Mothership, done warping in. +3 for air. Almost done for Rick. Do we have shields? No shields. No shield upgrades in sight. And +3 infantry armor is almost done. Still no combat shields. Come on, Wolf, you gotta make combat shields. These marines are so squishy. Honestly, I don't think you should make marines at this point. Yeah, Wolfmax, he used to have like a super big income, but all the workers died, and all the bases died, and there's nowhere to mine. And that okay, orbital. These orbitals are baking up so much energy. These SCVs are long distance mining. Oh my god. 3 random widow mines doing god knows what. ISEC auto tracking on the way, +3 ship weapons on the way. We are making even more cannons. Why are you making even more cannons? More Stargates, I guess that makes sense. Now that you have like... Okay, 11 Stargates is just way too many. You cannot possibly produce out of 11 Stargates at the same time. Not at least, not without taking more bases. Despite the fact that you had a pretty bad economy the entire... You still have not saturated this entire base, by the way. Pull 9 probes, put them over here and take more bases. Oh my god. Wolfmax's gonna spread out the widow mines a bit. I think these widow mines are actually not great for actually killing things at this point. They'd be better spread around the map for vision. Okay, big Viking fleet. Units tab. 4 Thors and 16 Vikings and 8 tanks and 9 Marines versus a mothership, 13 Stalkers that basically don't exist because Rick forgot about them, 6 carriers and 11 Tempests. So, so far, if Wolfmax micros these Vikings, actually target fires the carriers, I like this fight for Wolfmax a lot. Otherwise, Rick is going to just destroy him. Also, there's a mothership. So you need to scan first, and then you need to target the carriers. Scan shouldn't be a problem, because you've got 12 scans worth of energy banked up, because you haven't been spent, because you haven't been fueling. These SCVs are still long distance manning. You'd think at some point you'd notice this, but I guess Wolfmax is a little bit preoccupied with the other things. This Nexus is almost done, but we're gonna kill it. I believe that will not be cancelled. Yeah, that's just gonna be a kill. I'm gonna drag the entire fleet over here. Wolfmax should know this by now. Everything is in... All the Thors are in high impact payload. And are these 2 Thors in high impact payload? They're in Javelin missiles mode. Okay, no, you gotta get back. Good thing about the Tempest and these numbers is that a lot of players have poor Tempest control, so they'll just like waste shots overkilling the crap out of these units. Okay, scan. You see a mothership, you should scan. You can scan him, and then you can target down the carriers. Then we're gonna move back home. Okay. A lot of moving back home this game. Okay, we're not moving back home, we're just sitting over here. If you're gonna build this many sentry towers, sentry tower here would be amazing. Then you'd notice the fact that Rick is bringing the entire fleet around where you don't have vision. Or any advanced warning of any sort. Okay, I definitely like Wolf at this point. I definitely like Wolfmax's chances in a straight up fight. Unless you don't micro. Okay, that's not being microed. Okay, we're sort of microwing. I can't tell. We're not target. I don't. Okay, we are target firing pretty efficiently now. And just like that, the entire Skytoss fleet will go down. Considerably more resources lost for wolfmax at this point, but that's sort of okay because he's also been mining more. Voiders though, very good against Thors once they have prismatic alignment turned on. Otherwise, pretty bad. Yeah, those Thors don't have any. You need Vikings. Thors against prismatic aligned voids are not great. They kill them, but not exactly cost efficiently, so you're definitely gonna need some Vikings. Where are the Vikings? You seem content to like queue up huge numbers of Vikings the entire game, and now they're just gone. No reactors either. I mean, what's the point when you have six starports and you can't necessarily produce out of all of them if they have reactors? I guess there's no point in making reactors. This base just got retaken. Gases are going up again, and Brick with the not huge but still like somewhat sizable bank gonna reboot 5 carriers and 3 Tempests. And Darkshine. That Darkshine never actually got used this game. It would actually be great right now because there are no turrets anywhere. Okay, except in this part of the map. But there are not exactly turrets literally everywhere. So you could definitely get something done with those EGs. Okay, Void Race, Prismatic Alignment, and oh, those swords are gonna die. Thor is great against Tempest, but not with the Void Race support and not in Javelin Missile. Javelin Missile mode. They pop out in Javelin Missile mode by default. Gosh, I really wish Thors would pop out in High Impact Payload by default. It would just make my life so much easier. There are only so many things in this game that you ever want to use Javelin Missile mode against, and this sort of army is definitely not it. Not even if the Voiders are particularly clumped up. I mean, unless they're pretty clumped up, I guess. Yeah, honestly, wolfmax seems pretty broke. I don't know that he wins this. Unless Rick takes some horrible fight right now, I don't know that he can win this. Anyway, waiting for things to happen. Thor's Marines also on the way. More carriers on the way. Rick's still not expanding down here. Take some bases, please. Can totally afford it. Okay. Okay, this base is taken. I'll take the gas, take the minerals. This base is still... This still has no workers on it. Oh my goodness gracious. This base completely mined out. I love how we're just sitting in Sensor Tower and not feeling the slightest damn need to do anything about it. Armory for wolfmax. Not particularly great. Still no combat shields. I think auto tracking pretty pointless when the Tempest can shoot further than your missile turrets can. Okay, finally some action. Void Rays are getting getting destroyed, but everything else is getting destroyed as well. So that's cool. One wouldn't mind. Not gonna kill the Void Ray, of course, because it doesn't quite do enough damage. Floating an orbital all the way over here. Did we float it from the main? Oh my goodness, we did. I mean, at this point, every bit of money counts, so that's totally a fair thing to do. And okay, we're gonna see another big fight happen. Thors are all in high impact payload this time, and there's not a lot of carriers, so you can definitely okay. Carriers are not even gonna like fight this. Oh my god. And look at this. Void Ray's not really doing anything. SCVs being I believe they're on auto repair. They're naturally just gonna follow. No, they're not even. Yeah, they are on auto repair, so they're just gonna follow the spec army as it runs around. Oh, you don't want to run into that. Okay, suddenly I feel like wolfmax can win this game. The medevac would be cool to heal those marines because you can't stim them forever. Okay, wolfmax finally bringing, for the first time, gonna assault the front base, and pretty slow to respond. I don't. This isn't enough. This isn't enough. 9 Thors versus 4 Tempest and 4 carriers. This is not enough Skytoss to fight this army. Like, look, these Voiders are just getting one shot by the number of Thors that there are right now. Okay. I'm gonna come back for another fight. 2 more Voiders go down. The Voiders are, at this point, the Voiders are the biggest chunk of this fleet's DPS. If you lose too many Voiders, then there's no way you can kill this, especially not with their armor upgrades. And finally, the 13 Stalkers are, or 3 of the 13 Stalkers are actually coming in to help this fight. But it's not gonna matter. It's too little, too late. These units getting absolutely annihilated. Rick should be tapping out any moment now. This is definitely a GG. I'm not realizing it yet, though. Give him time. He'll come around. What is there over here? Mothership, and I believe that's 10 Stalkers, yep. Oh, that's 8 Stalkers. Where are the other 2 Stalkers? One of them's over here. And one of them's over here. The Stalker has been stuck here all game despite having Blink. Oh my god. And we're just gonna follow this army. Now show up at the front door. This army is definitely not going to cut it. Come on, Rick, tap out. You know what? Skipping forward. Okay, finally we're going to move to kill this army. Except you're not. Because you don't have nearly enough stuff to do it. Rick actually trying to stall out this game as much as he can. Oh no. Never mind, we're not. Okay, so that mothership should be dead any second now. Those Stalkers should be dead any second now, unless we're target firing something. No, we're not. Mothership dead, Void Ray's dead, Stalker's dead. Please, for the love of God, Rick, leave the game. Rick's still fighting back. A couple of Void Rays. Okay, 8 times speed this. I can't. And impale all the cannons. This is gonna go down to like literally post game GG's. A lot of people would say this is bad manner, but at this point, if someone makes you stay in the game and literally kill every last building, unless it's a super close like situation where both sides have base traded, if you make your opponent if your opponent makes you stay in the game until you kill every last one of their buildings, you are absolutely entitled to that quote unquote offensive GG. So yeah, at 37 minutes and 28 seconds, wolfmax is the winner of this game, and let's see how many cannons died. 41 cannons. So that entire game, the Rick's CPM was over 1. Goodness. Cannons, not exactly a great combat unit. I mean, imagine those cannons were zealots. You've gotten a lot more done. Especially because, like, zealots would have gone to town on those stores while they were shooting, or while they were prioritizing the air units. Anyway, to wolfmax, what I would say is just, you had an economy lead, but I would suggest that you press it a little bit more, and also when you're about to take a bad fight, just pull your units back and try to buy time for a couple more units. Also, adjust your production to your opponent's army a bit better. You made a lot of siege tanks early on, but you saw that your opponent was basically going straight into Skytoss, and pure Skytoss at that. The siege tanks were not super necessary, and the traditional ground complements to Skytoss, like High Templar or Disruptors, I mean, maybe not Disruptors, but High Templar, Archon, like Zealot, are what are like very common ground units to pair with Skytoss, and siege tanks are not particularly good against any of them except maybe the High Templar. But yeah, and you also get combat shields. Like if you're gonna get stim for your Marines, also get combat shields. They're just so bad without combat shields. And to Rick, please stop making so many cannons. They don't actually help you very much. Especially because you made so much static defense, but your opponent never really attacked you in a way that your static defense would have helped. You just had an overwhelming amount, and your cannons would have been better off being army somewhere on the map. Anyway, thank you wolfmax for sending me in this game. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching. My name is HyperOne, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.